back to the channel, people. I appreciate you tuning in. If you're new here, definitely like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more stuff like this, you know, J35 swap Porsche. I appreciate you tuning in, though. This is an update. If you follow the channel, this car has a Honda J35 A4. It is a 996 on a 911 body. I just got through putting in a newer or used JDM J35A because the last one, which would be that one, was pushing oil. So it's in now, fires right up. I'm just buttoning up body panels. If I haven't showed much of this car recently, this is it. I went through and set up all these gauges. We'll fire this thing up. In person and in the video, it sounds like it's got a tick, but it does not. It's an exhaust leak. I've already checked it with the stethoscope. I went through and just recently set up this cold air intake there behind. It'll sit behind the bumper. Before, it was sitting right here, choking up with a bunch of hot air. This thing runs pretty rich, so. There's also, I went through this in another video. There's an AccuSump hooked up to this switch. This is the cooling switch. You get pump for the front mount radiator and pump and fan. And then this is a pump for the transaxle cooler. You can do a momentary or a full-on with that. But anyways, that's the Porsche J35. I'm gonna get this rear end buttoned up here and then get this thing out of the shop because this is getting put on hold. This is my RX-8 that is getting a 1.6 liter EcoBoost. However, my EP3 project that's getting a K24 has just got pushed to the front of the line because it currently has a stretch timing chain and it's missing at low RPM. I heard the guides go bad a while ago. It's been rattling. I knew they needed to be replaced. I didn't think they would stretch so quick, but it's time. It's time to do it. And so with that, I purchased a, there it is, a Honda ECU from HA, I believe that's the name of the company. They put a sticker in there. New injectors, brand new Honda OEM injectors. Let's see what the name of this company is. Yeah, HA Motorsports. So anyways, was the last piece I needed. I have a new manifold right there with the CRV engine mount, the upper engine mount. I ordered a new AEM pump just so I have an entirely new fuel system. Oh, by the way, check out my cool sign that I got. This is a drug-free school zone. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna button this thing up and I'll bring you guys along. I'm gonna move it out, take the RX-8 off the lift, and go from there. We're back and it's all back together. I'm going to do some shop cleanup, and that's very boring entertainment. So I will see you guys when we're back. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? I am back and I am dirty and the shop is a mess again. But just as one project leaves, you can imagine another one shows up. This is my EP3. I think I said yesterday in the first half of this video that this was coming, but I decided to pull the trigger and make it happen, and here we are. So at first I was going to do a top pull, and then I realized how easy this car is, being a subframe car, for it to come out the bottom. Just makes more sense with the lift getting it out the bottom. I did snap some lines because I couldn't get the connectors off and I didn't want to fight them. Well, I had it down just enough for the pallet jack to be under it. I got the bolts out, then I couldn't get those, but I have new ones anyways, and those ones never worked. So anywho, this is my cheapo coilovers. Here's the K24 that's going into it. I have to swap some things over. I have to do the CRV engine mount, basically all the pulleys, which are disgusting, from that engine over to this one. I am leaving AC, so I set that aside. And but yeah, I got to get all that stuff swapped over to this engine, and then set this engine and transmission back on the subframe, lift it back in. This is all easy stuff. And if you didn't know, this is getting an EcoBoost, a 1.6 liter EcoBoost. I bought the trans adapter and all that stuff, so I'll be getting GemSport to get another harness for this car. Things move slow in the winter, but luckily 68 degrees here in the shop. I have a lift, makes things so much easier, right? Anyways, very grateful for where I've come, how far I've come in the last year or two. But anybody who knows me personally knows that I work from 4 in the morning till 10 at night. So hard work kind of pays off if you stick to it. So here we are. I'll keep you updated as I get further along. What's going on, people? It is day 3 here on this same video, and I had somebody comment, and it makes sense. They said, hey, why don't you, instead of jumping around in all your videos, stick to kind of one project per video? And that's kind of hard for me, but I'm going to try to make that happen so that way we can go more in depth on every project. But as you can see, the EP3 is done. It's out of here. That I started at 5 p.m. on a Friday and had that car up and going the next Saturday, and now it's back to being daily driven. So I'll put some clips in of the EP3 with the K24. All right, here we go. First startup. Probably gonna dump coolant everywhere. That pump gets thinner. Some minor things that I had to do, like I had a coolant port that I thought was a vacuum port. My mistake. Fixed that pretty quick. But yeah, the EP3 is done and out of here, and now this is going to get my personal attention. I have stuff that comes in and out of the shop that is not mine, but I still record and do stuff like that with do videos on. This one is mine. It is getting a 1.6 liter, as I mentioned earlier, and I need to start getting this out. However, if you guys have followed me for some time or just know me, I also have a Chrysler Conquest, a Starion, whatever you want to call it. It is indeed a Conquest TSI. I originally sold it. Somehow it ended up back to me. That's the way things work with a car that I really loved. It had a UZ swap in it that I didn't do. The UZ swap was super cool. I'll put some clips in of that. also have a video out sliding it. I wasn't in love with the swap. It wasn't my thing. It's super reliable engine. I like the old JDM cars and stuff, but I also like being able to, push through corners pretty good. And having that heavy of an engine, it just wasn't going to happen. So I have that back, and I will be doing a project video on that starting tomorrow, a whole entire different video just on the Starion project. And it is going to get, yet again, a K24. But that K24 is going to be mainly for a little bit of boost, just to get some extra power out of it because it's pushing around a heavy car. And so that's the plan. So tomorrow is my birthday. I am going down to Phoenix and picking up a K24 A2 RBB4, the bigger intake globe. Or it's technically still an RBB2, sometimes labeled as a 4. Anyways, I'm going to go get one, and that is going into the Starion, which is currently next door at my buddy's shop. He is taking the engine. He is pulling the engine, and yeah, so that's where we stand. This thing needs my love. With this and the Starion, what's probably going to happen is I'm going to let go of the wagon. And I know I fought for a long time to get a wagon, but so far, since the wagon has been running and driving, and you've seen me put it together on this channel, I actually have driven it one time, and it's cool and it's awesome, but summertime will be here soon, and I will not drive it. It'll be too hot. It's never going to have air conditioning. And just the reality of it is I do want a wagon. It doesn't specifically have to be the country sedan. So that may end up going up for sale. But anyways, I appreciate you watching the video, and I have tons of cool stuff coming, and I appreciate when you guys engage, like the video, and if you're new here, subscribe to all the mess that I do. We will catch you on the next one.